Um, being white, classified white, I had a problem with that whole thing when I was in grade school when they give us weekly
Really?
readers to fill out and what race you are, and it said Caucasian. And I
Yeah.
didn't know what the word Caucasian was.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I went and looked it up. And the definition of Caucasian, it comes from a white people who live in the Caucasus Mountains of Russia.
Oh.
Right.
And I went, I'm not Russian.
No,
So
not at all.
my teacher got really upset with me when I wouldn't mark off the box called Caucasian. And then I found out through family history and stuff that we have a whole bunch of mixes in there. We've got German, we've got Spanish, we've got French, we've got English, we've got Native American. So
Yeah.
I came to the conclusion I was a Heinz 57. And if I was going to be a true Heinz 57, I couldn't be prejudiced.
Right, right.
I would have to hate myself.
Yeah, right.
And then
Um,
I came across a National Geographic study. They went around the world collecting DNA samples from every race on Earth. And guess where it all traced back to? One little old tribe in South Africa.
yeah. Wow.
Boom.
Right.
So if you're going to be prejudiced, you better take a hard look at, do I hate myself first?
Exactly.
But growing up in America, I was lucky. I was raised by parents who did not incorporate being prejudiced.
Mm.
My father set us down in front of the TV and said, you have to listen to this man because he's going to change things in America
Mm.
for
Right.
the better. And what was the man we were made to listen to on the TV? Martin Luther King,
Oh
his
God.
speech of I Have a Dream.
Wow.
Wow.
And that impacted us so much that it wasn't funny that I looked at my dad and I said, well, our American saying is out of many, one,
Yeah.
meaning that we have many people who come here from all different parts of the world, but we're all gathered under one label, American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never hear Americans call themselves American.
No. Why is
Mm.
that?
I think it's because we just don't hear it. We're not told that you're an American and race doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because if you
Um.
describe an American, there's no race connections to it.
When do you think that started to happen? Like, what decade did you witness that started to change? Because what I'm trying to say is, like, when I was a kid, I wanted to go to America. That was like 40 years ago. And you're right. I think that no one knows what American is. And I think you're
Well,
right there. So when did you notice it?
when I really noticed it when people started doing the DNA testing to see where their ancestors come from. I mean, you all know where your ancestors originated at.
Yeah.
It was one specific part of the world. Well, those of us that have been many generations in America, we don't look like as America as our origin. It was
Right.
somewhere that our ancestors came to. So everybody's been trying to track down where did I come from?
Right. That's
And they've never looked at themselves to claim American because it's not a
yeah.
race. It's not a
You were.
race.
It's weird because you're born there. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is your country. You're born there.
Right.
You're American, right? Like, is that? Am I losing my mind here? Like, Right.
And that's
Yeah.
one
Well.
thing that I said to get over some of this stuff. Americans have got to start looking at themselves as American.
Yeah. Fair.
But you
Yeah.
can't define American by race
No.
because American is a citizen of the United States.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's no race to
That's
describe
right.
an American.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just a melting pot. Everything's thrown in there and it comes out in strange ways. That's like I can give you an example of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah.
I grew up in the greater Cincinnati region,
Right.
and it's overpowered by German. That's
Wow.
where Germans settled. So
Okay.
there's a lot of German culture that goes on there, like Oktoberfest, beer.
Yeah.
The food's there. I mean, sauerkraut and kielbasa,
Mm.
sauerkraut and pork chops,
Yeah.
sauerkraut and roast beef.
Awesome. Awesome.
And then you move down to New Orleans. A lot of French influence there,
Mm.
and you'll go into baguettes and different things that they fix specifically in that area. And then you move out west, and you'll hit the Spanish, the
Awesome.
Spaniard.
Yeah.
And then
That's
up
awesome.
in the Wisconsin area, you will run into people there from places like Sweden and Finland that settled there.
Mm.
And it's like that all the way across our country that you're going to run into
Yeah.
cultures that will totally shock you that they're there. That's like
Yeah.
somebody sneezes and people usually say God bless. And the first word that comes out of my mouth is Gesundheit. It's a German word. It's a German phrase for God
Yeah.
bless. And I grew up hearing
Mm.
that all the time.
Yeah.
Do you think that's lost now?
I think it's
I
lost.
would imagine going from town to town, seeing all these new experiences, but you're American, you know what I mean? Like, you all
Yeah.
were American. Yeah, it's Spanish over there, yeah, Germans, but you're all American, right? That's
Right.
what I would be thinking.
We're
It seems
under
like,
one label that covers us all.
mm,
But like it says, out of many, we've got so many different cultures that have been blended together. And you'll notice some more in some parts of the country than other parts. And it's really strange. And the accents. Oh Lord,
mm,
our accents.
love it,
You go from almost hearing a British accent on the
love it,
Northeast
love it.
down to New Orleans hearing a French accent. And if
Wow.
you go up into the Appalachian Mountains here in Kentucky, you're going to hear a Scottish accent.
Wow.
Mm.
So that's
Amazing.
something that, it changes all over our country. I mean, I grew up in a family on my mom's side listening to people talk like this. Well, y'all just going to have to get over it for a little while. That's what you hear sneak into my voice with my southern drawl. Then I lived in Texas for a while and picked up a Texas accent. And they
Yeah.
are slow talkers.
Love it, love it,
When I was
love it.
living down there, everybody looked at me and said, "Do you always talk that fast?"
Love it, man. They have their own. Each kind of city has their own culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like their mini culture within the city,
And they have a lot
but
of
they're still
different
American.
celebrations,
Yeah.
area to
Um,
area, that can be a lot of fun going and experiencing them. But in Kentucky, we have all kinds of festivals. I mean, we've got ham days. You go to Lebanon, Kentucky for ham days and you eat ham. You go to London, Kentucky, and they have a chicken festival and you eat fried chicken.
It's cool.
Then Liberty has the Apple Festival and they make the largest apple pie in the world.
Ooh, wow.
Mm.
Sorry. I just
So, that's like the different areas in Kentucky that pull that off, and it's just fully entertaining to go visit them and see it happen. And you're like, and I remember at the London Festival one time, some people came down from Chicago and opened up a cart, and they were selling Chicago style hot dogs. We had never eaten those things, and we all went nuts over them.
Wow.
We were to eat Chicago style hot dogs for lunch and for supper because we knew after the festival was over, we'd never be able to get it again. So stuff yourself on that stuff while it's there.
Oh wow.
It sounds like it sounds like a Europe within the body land of America. It makes sense. Like if you go to Europe, you go to England, you go to France, you know, there's all these little places and they're different countries. Whereas what you're describing is like you're small.
And you all have the train pass.
Within the one land mass of America. You know,
you have the train pass that's easy to access all those places. Here in America, you're not going to get on a train. You're either going to go by bus, car, or plane. And
do you think that's lost?
Do I think
is that lost?
No.
No.
Because it's always evolving. And you bring a piece of it with you. There's always a piece of it floating around there. It's according to, you know, everyday life. What you cook in your kitchen, what you celebrate, what you do at celebrations. And the culture comes in and shows you, yeah, that was from my ancestors. They brought that over here with them. And we do that every year, regardless of anything else that's added to it. And with family growing,
sorry, you carry on. Sorry,
it makes it even more complicated because that's like my brother's family. He's almost approached the point that they're going to have to rent a hall to have Christmas.
Oh wow!
I've just been floored at how many kids his kids has had. They've had. I mean, they're the largest.
But that's good.
Family. But within my own family, it's really weird because all of us know how to cook, even the boys. And when we get together and cook, you will probably end up with dishes from all over the world because we like to eat everything.
Nice.
I mean, I've got people that come to my house that don't know me real well for a dinner, and they'll be totally shocked at what's served, and where did you get this recipe? I said, oh, a friend from over in Egypt. He sent it to me. His mom makes it all the time, and it was like a spinach soup.
Oh, yum.
But and it's really good.
Yum. Yeah, it's making me hungry now.
You get around me very long, you're going to hear about food. I grew up knowing better than to eat before I went to my grandmother's house. Because if you did that, you were going to be miserable for the rest of the day. Because she wouldn't let you leave until you eat something.
That's how they did it. All right. It sounds like listening to your stories. Thanks for sharing all that because it's a lot lighter and nicer that the world is different to the bleakness that we've been listening to lately. So thanks for that story. So that'd be great. It shows another side of America.
Well, you was talking about always wanting to come to America. I've always wanted to tour Europe. And one of my favorite places to go would be The Hague.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I want to see the artwork and stuff up close in my face. Yeah. I am an artist, and I would love to see the originals.
Wow! Well, it's beautiful.
The Sistine Chapel.
You're an artist. You say
those
you're
are,
an artist.
landmarks throughout Europe would be just amazing. And to get to walk around in the Black Forest of Germany would be awesome for me
Ooh,
because
wow.
that's where my grandfather came from.
Got it. Yeah, wow. Black Forest.
And he and my grandmother came here during the Hitler uprising.
Uh,
They
Oh,
left Germany before that got hot and heavy.
whoa.
wow.
And he spoke German till the day he died. And my sister would speak nothing but German. And my mother was always looking at me and saying, "What'd she say?" And
Really?
they actually sent her to speech therapy to learn to speak English when she started first grade.
Wow.
So it was really funny on that one. But she just chose just to speak German and not English.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
And does she still speak German today?
She speaks some, but she's forgot a lot.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah. All right. Let me jump in. Okay.
Mhm.
So we've been going for 16 minutes right now. We've been live for 16 minutes, and we've gone through a few thoughts here. Keep the conversation going, but we need to kind of blend this with a few stories circulating in the news, and we just want to kind of have a
I got
blended
my cat.
conversation. Yeah. Yep. You told me about that.
Yeah.
Yep, you told me about
Officer
that. So,
Tatum.
Officer
Yeah,
Tatum, yeah.
Tatum's awesome.
I bought this off Officer Tatum's podcast. The money
Oh,
goes
wow.
to Charlie Kirk's. It's the
Oh,
freedom.
wow. Amazing.
Yep.
So guys, okay, so today this is going to be like the most disorganized live stream I have ever had because I didn't prepare, because I spent time talking with my friends here. And I decided, okay, let's just do it quick and dirty and have everyone in the chat. Let's know your thoughts on the conversations we're having. And also we're going to be looking at several news stories. All right. We want to make this as fun as possible and as relatable as possible because you and I know that we have lives to live. And if we spend all the time in the world looking at what's happening in the news, it isn't good for our health. Okay, not good for your blood pressure, not good for your mental health. So we decided, let's just talk. All right. So I decided to give this live stream a title. All right. I called it "The Destruction of the West." I called it
Good one.
the destruction of the West. Hold on, it's a mouthful.
Like it.
The,
I like it.
Reverse racism, and I also said the woke meltdown or something funny like that. So we're going to be discussing things that revolve around that. Now there's a new story that I want to play, and we're going to talk about that video real quick. But here's the post that it comes from. It comes from this post on X, and the caption says, "Democrat Rep Debbie Wasserman Schultz gets called out for saying President Trump is a bigger threat to American values than radical Islamic terrorism." So I'm going to play the video because sometimes the captions aren't as accurate as the video. So we're going to play the video, and then you tell me what you think about what she said. So here we go.
Okay.
What is the bigger threat to America right now, American values, American life? Islamophobia or jihad?
I think we have to focus, quite frankly, on, if we're worried about the threat to American values, on the person who's in the White House. I mean,
What the hell? Shut up.
Oh, come on. Really?
no,
Is that
I'm
where we're
stupid
going?
bitch.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm
Shut the
going
hell
there
up.
because we have a president who has completely undermined our democracy, who has.
I'm going to lose my brain, man.
So
I'm
you
gonna lose
don't
my
see
brain.
you don't see jihad, you don't see this is a problem?
What I don't see is it as a single lens problem. We have a president who has been determined to undermine our constitutional principles, to degrade our democracy, to divide instead of unite us. The responsibility.
I have to say, Congressman, you know how much I admire you, and I always appreciate
Thank
being willing
you.
to come on and discuss things. But we booked you to talk about anti-Semitism and Islamophobia in America. So
But you
I'm
asked me
asking the
generally
question
about Islam.
So, what do you guys think of that stupid, extremely stupid statement? Like,
She is the fruit
That
snake
stupid bitch.
that keeps getting passed back and forth families for centuries, and nobody will eat it.
Mm-hmm.
She has always been on the extreme left side, and I mean, undermining the presidency of America by a sitting congressperson. You can't get more anti-American than that. Because even under Obama, we respected him as the president. We
Yep.
didn't like what he did, but we didn't go anti-president on him over it. You voice your opinion and move on. But
Yep.
these people are bound and determined. They've never been able to destroy Donald Trump. And it just eats at them constantly that they can't do it. They can't do it with their lies, their hoaxes, their accusations, calling somebody something, hoping that it will click in place and everybody will pick it up. Sort of like saying illegal immigrant. There is no such thing as an illegal immigrant. Not in American laws. It's illegal alien. Not an illegal immigrant. An immigrant goes through the process and comes here legally. Those who don't come here legally are described in our law as being an illegal alien. And Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats started it with undocumented immigrant, illegal immigrant, and etc. until they were confused and getting people confused between the definition of immigrant and illegal alien. And that's how they slide things in with their word salads. And they keep repeating this, oh, he's Hitler, he's destroying American values, he's doing this, he's doing that. And all the while, he's working in the background to keep it the same. I mean, the Democrats are the ones that started the don't say Merry Christmas, say Happy Holidays.
Yep.
And when Trump got in office, what did he do? He brought back Merry Christmas. And so I see the Democrats destroying culture here faster than Donald Trump ever could dream of doing it, because they want all the statues taken down. They want things erased from history. They want to change the whole narrative to something new.
Yep.
That doesn't include American history and the truth about it. And they hide a lot of the truth. So she has always been a Fruit Loop, in my opinion.
Oh,
Well said.
She's a bad.
We're gonna look. Yeah, so like you listen to them talk, and you expect to hear some common sense, but you don't hear any common sense. You're expecting them to say something like, what is the real threat to American culture? President Trump isn't calling for women out there to start wearing a hijab. He's not calling for gays and transsexuals and people who want an alternative sexual lifestyle to be thrown off the roofs of buildings.
Yep.
He isn't calling for death to America, but he's the greatest threat.
Well, he's the greatest threat to the Democrats, because what they've been undoing, he's put back.
Yeah.
That's where their threat assessment is coming from. It's not about America. It's about what the Democrats want to create here.
Yeah.
And he's a huge threat to them
Yeah.
because everything that the previous Democrat presidents have done, he's come in and totally torn it apart and put back in place what was there before. Clinton got rid of our jobs. Trump brought them back.
Yeah.
Obama got
Right.
rid of our health care. Trump has been trying to bring it back.
They won't let him. He tried doing it in the first term, and John McCain refused to vote for the reforms that he was trying to bring
Yeah,
in.
that blooming idiot should never got elected to Congress.
All right, so let's do a quick change of gears, okay? Chuck Schumer, I covered this yesterday, but I'd like to have you guys weigh in on this. Now, I'm going to play a series of videos, okay? And then we're going to just do a quick take on each of them. Then we're going to look at the chat, okay? So if you're watching and you want us to cover your comments in the chat, please go ahead and drop your comments in the chat. We're going to read and respond to your comments. Now, Chuck Schumer says, watching the military take out narco terrorists who were bringing in weapons of mass destruction turned his stomach. So let's hear him bloviate about how he's essentially more concerned about the well-being of criminals who are bringing weapons of mass destruction into the United States, all right, than American citizens who are dying as a result of those things coming in. So let's listen to this. Gosh, I'm trying to hold my tongue. So let's listen to this.
Joining me today, and we had a deeply unsatisfying briefing
Can you just
this morning
die?
with Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth. It asked more questions than it answered, and it was just, look, there
Just
is almost no
faint.
transparency in
Or
this
stroke.
Notice
administration.
the smug look
And
of the man
that
behind
reveals
him.
itself more than anything on revealing what happened on September 2nd. This morning, I demanded in front of every senator, to Hegseth's face, that he
Stroke.
let every
Stroke.
senator see the unedited video of what happened on September 2nd. I've seen it.
Oh, God.
It turns your stomach. It is awful. And people should see it. What the hell is Hegseth hiding? His excuse about classification? It's false, because any senator would see it in the skiff. Now, I believe with the proper safeguards, all the American people should see it. And why is this so important? It's important in itself to see if we were obeying the law. We're a law-abiding country. But it's also important because what's going on in the Caribbean is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it before, and it could lead to another endless war.
I can't. It's hitting my head.
Disclosure, hearings, which our Republican Senate friends have refused to call, serve a purpose. They force the administration in public to answer very serious questions about where they're going. And so far, we've had no transparency. September 2nd is a first step, but we need a lot of transparency.
So I have a question for people in the chat. Would you rather have Chuck Schumer on loop, playing on a loop for 5 hours, or would you like to take a chance with kissing a cobra?
I kiss the cobra. I've seen people get
Like-
away with doing that.
Like, it's every time I do this,
I
okay,
don't
like,
like snakes.
you know, I don't like pain, okay? I don't like pain.
I
And that is
have-
why
I have
I
the
was a-
perfect solution to what
Okay.
Schumer's upset about. You
Okay.
take him and his Democrat buddies, put them in a dinghy, and tell them, go stop that narco terrorist boat. Go get them.
Yeah. Totally.
I will guarantee you not one of them would step foot in the dinghy.
Oh no, they won't.
Hell
No.
no. Hell no.
No.
They won't. Now, Now, he claims that there's no transparency. And we have John Fetterman. Look, when John Fetterman was essentially forcing himself to stay in the race after his stroke a few years ago, I was in Nigeria, and I was wondering why he was putting the American people through that, because they need someone who is healthy. And in fact, knowing that he was a Democrat made me even wish that he would essentially drop out of the race so that the Republican could replace him. Today, I feel very differently about John Fetterman. Now, here's what he said in response to the things that Chuck Schumer said, which is interesting. I haven't seen this video. This is going to be my first time of seeing it, so we're going to react to it together.
Can I just
What'd
add
you
for a
learn,
second?
Senator, that gave you any comfort that we're not heading into some kind of extended military exercise around Venezuela or in Venezuela?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was pretty comprehensive, and this idea, some things out in the media, it's kind of putting out this that the military is just picking off any boat that comes across. That's just not true. I mean, there's extensive intelligence, and they know exactly who's on that boat, and they know what's actually on that boat right now. And it's quite frequently they decline to take it and to move on those things. When they move on those kinetic kinds of strikes, they have absolute confidence that who's on it and what's on it, and that's exactly what it's about. They're not just going around randomly just shooting boats in those things. That's just not the fact at all.
So, what do you guys think of John Fetterman?
I love it.
He
I
has
love seeing that
become
shit.
the sweetheart of America, even though he's a Democrat. The man has got intelligence and common sense. And I've said it before. When the military strikes something, you better believe they know exactly what they're hitting.
Yeah.
They're not going out there and just firing off weapons willy-nilly.
Yeah.
They know the target. They know what it is. They know who's in it. They know what's on the boat, and they're going to blow him up. And that was not a secret. That was broadcast. And Trump has even said that they were going to blow him out of the water.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't America have the strongest? Doesn't America have the strictest kind of marine laws anyway? You can't go near the country, otherwise they're going to blow you up.
Yes.
Right.
We protect our.
Did they kind of warn you? Don't they?
water.
Like they have to.
And in international water,
Mm-hmm.
they can blow these boats out of the water all day long.
Boom.
Because they're not in any country's water district.
Yeah.
And by him naming these cartels, narco terrorists, gave the green light to blow them out of the water. And the cartels are being hunted down in America right now. They're going after them. And by the time it's over, it's going to be hard for people with addictions to get what they're addicted to. And one thing I do know about President Trump, he is really against having things in the country that people get addicted to. He had a brother that was very addicted to drinking. That's why
alcoholic.
Yeah, and that's why he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs because they scare me. They scared me long before fentanyl showed up. I have bad reactions. I have bad reactions to prescribed medications. So you couldn't get me to do a drug that I didn't know what it was for nothing. But I mean, it's a big problem here. And to lose 250,000 Americans in 1 year,
it's crazy,
because of fentanyl.
It's crazy.
And people says, oh, we just need to go out there and arrest them. No, you can't arrest somebody in international water. You have to
Arrest them.
wait till they hit your shore. And if they do that, then they're going to miss a lot of them.
Yeah.
Arrest them.
They'll send
I
out
have a
20 at one time, and you might get 5. So now they're watching Venezuela launch them off their shores, and aha, here they come. And you can bet you they've got a point that after they leave Venezuelan water of where they're going to get hit.
Yeah. Now I have a video that I reacted to yesterday, and I wanted to listen to Tim Sheehy talk about what you said about essentially intercepting the boats and having boots on those boats, because what Democrats are saying is, why are you blowing up these boats? Why don't you just send soldiers to make sure? Because you're putting our soldiers at risk. Like the brain dead arguments that I hear, it's almost like they detach their brains, leave their brains at home, and then come to Congress. So just listen to Tim Sheehy and tell me what you think about his take.
To go after Admiral Bradley, to go after the brave men and women in uniform who are conducting these attacks, is to indict the very system that was used bipartisanly for the last 24 years. I personally was involved in many of these operations, from kinetic strikes to direct action operations. And the process we have is legally sound. It's been supported by legal opinions for a quarter century now of how we find these people, we fix them, and we finish them. And keep in mind, if we don't drop a bomb and we decide to interdict, as is being said by many folks, we have an obligation to send a team to interdict. When we make that decision, you're putting our lives at risk. You're putting Americans' lives at risk. Just about a year and a half ago, you remember 2 SEALs were killed interdicting a vessel at night in the Red Sea. Interdicting a vessel underway is perhaps the most dangerous mission we have in our entire military inventory. When we task our commandos to go out and attack a vessel underway, that's an incredibly high-risk mission. So when folks say, well, we should be interdicting, that's easy for you to say here in this building between 2 cups of cappuccinos. It's a lot harder to send that 24-year-old operator out there who's got a wife and kids and tell him in the middle of the night you got to fast up out of a helicopter, scuba dive under a ship, climb up the side of that, and fight your way onto a vessel, because we're more worried about the lives of drug dealers than we are our own people. And
So what do you think of that take? Because that's what we've been saying for weeks now.
Well, we tried the interdiction. It didn't get fentanyl out of our country.
Yep.
And the interdiction time is over.
Yep.
And plus that, once you arrest them, what do you do with them?
Mm-hmm.
What, you're going to house them for the rest of their lives and feed them and give them medical care and
Yeah, give them some money.
taken care of and just spend more money?
Pay their rent.
No, blow them out of the water. Take them out. I have no problem with those people being sent to God to have him sort them out.
Yeah, oh, yeah. More of that, man. Like, more of that.
Senator McWayne Mullen is essentially look, all of these things that we talk about every day, I'm glad that there are people who are saying exactly what we're saying, because sometimes I wonder why the Democrats have the brazen the balls to go on camera and say some of the crazy things they say.
Oh man.
Americans are dying from this poison. And Chuck Schumer says it turns his stomach to see the people who are bringing the poison getting justice. So let's listen to Senator McWayne.
let's talk about the whole picture here as a whole. Guys, I'm losing patience on the whole thing because I think it's ridiculous that we're having this conversation, because underneath Obama, he had 500 strikes, 3,700 different individuals were killed. There wasn't a big show about this. What you guys are all upset about is the hemisphere that it's working in. The hemisphere is, these are drug terrorist organizations. The same people that Obama went after, some people we've been over for the last 24 years, were terrorist organizations that were wanting to kill Americans. There has been more Americans killed because of these terrorist cartels drugging our streets, drugging every one of your all streets, every one of your all's towns, every one of the audience's towns. They killed more people in 2024 on our streets than we lost in the entire Vietnam War for U.S. personnel. These are terrorist organizations that are poisoning our streets. The president has the authority to do so. The argument is it's too close to our shores. Does anybody doubt that these are terrorist organizations? Does anybody have a question about these being terrorist organizations? So what's the
Hallelujah,
difference
brother.
between Obama attacking these individuals when they were deemed terrorist organizations in the Middle East versus the ones that are here right now poisoning our streets? That's what the whole conversation is about.
All right.
Woohoo! Tell it like it is. And well done, brother.
He nailed it.
Nailed it, man.
You
And I
know,
like the authority and the kind of stand he took on that. Like, not this cowering, man. No, he just went boom, 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 dropped the mic and said, "That's it, man. That's how we do it. Shut up."
Yep. Somebody
Sounds-
needs to ask the Democrats, do you value human life?
Yeah.
What value do you put on human life? Because they are acting totally soulless when it comes to people's lives. They don't care how
They
many
don't care.
people are injured or killed by drug traffickers, by illegal aliens, by terrorists. I mean, that's like before Bush took office, Bill Clinton knew about Al Qaeda. He knew.
Wow.
3 embassies had been blown up in Africa and people killed and injured in those. And the USS Cole was hit off Yemen by Al Qaeda. He absolutely knew what Al Qaeda was and what they were planning. Yet he kept his mouth shut when he left office and left Bush hanging out there in the wind to deal with it. And boom, we had 9/11 happen. Over 2,000 people dead all at once. And
It's crazy.
I mean, Clinton could have cared less what happened after he left office. In fact, there was one reporter at Ground Zero when he visited there that asked him why he didn't tell the new president about the threat.
Yeah.
So, and he wouldn't answer him. He walked away from him. He turned around and walked completely away from him. But Democrats has been pulling this for a long time. They got us involved in Vietnam and just fed an endless supply of American people over to a country that we'd never heard of to die. And there was thousands that died in Vietnam.
I mean, you can go over to Bosnia as well.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And when
It really is
Democrats
insane.
are involved, they don't care how many people die as long as they get their war or they get the results of what they want to pull off with it.
And the crazy part is they stole money and they don't give a shit about people. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks that it's okay. It's okay. It's the Clintons. No, it's not okay, man. Like, can't be
there's
okay.
very few people who go up to DC as an elected official and leaves. They go up there earning a 6-figure income and they leave multimillionaires.
Yeah.
And then while they're there, they talk about, oh, we have to take out the rich companies. And I'm going, but you're rich.
No, how about your money, you
So,
bastard?
do we take you out too?
Yeah, man. I
So
mean,
that's part of the hypocrisy, but they get people riled up with this goofy stuff.
I mean, Nancy Pelosi is just a beautiful thing of that, you know. I mean, it's the Democrat in and of itself. How do you acquire all that money, lady? Excuse me, Nancy. How do you get all that money? How do you get all that money?
My conspiracy theory is that the Democrat Party has been contaminated and compromised by China. Nancy Pelosi would gather up the newly elected Democrats and fly them over to China on her Pacific trip. And they would go to Beijing and spend a couple days there. And then she would hit Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea. And that last time she went, Xi told her, if you go to Taiwan, I will blow you out of the air. Well, she went. And
Why do they keep
shoot her because the president told him, "You blow her plane out of the air, and we'll blow you up." And what was it? 4, 5, 6 weeks later, her husband gets hit in the head with a hammer. And I'm going, did G get somebody to go in that house and knock him over the head with a hammer to give her a message that you will do as you're told?
Well, that's a question.
Well, Swalwell, we all know Swalwell had a Chinese girlfriend that was a spy.
Yep.
There was
and
another spy.
And no one's talking about it.
There was a Chinese spy that was driving one of our Congress people around. I think it was Feinstein. And he'd done it for years. Years and years. This man was her driver and heard every conversation she had inside that vehicle.
Why can't they be locked up?
The infiltration of China into America when they want to defeat America, but they don't want to do it by war because they know they can't win a war on American soil. They'd never be able to take us.
Yeah.
We got too many people with guns.
Why can't they be locked up?
That's the biggest thing. The Republicans don't like to do that, and the Democrats don't like to do it because they are of the mindset that if we do that, then when they get in power, they'll do it. And I'm going, the way you stop it is to pull accountability and let the kids fall where they may. If they're going to go to jail, send them to jail.
Stupid way of thinking. Like, you can beat a dog as much as, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's just going to bite back. Like, you just have to.
And Americans have been mad at not only the Democrats, but the Republicans for that very reason. That we see them creating crimes that they never get called out on. They lie. They bring lies to the screen and tell Americans this, and it's not true, and nobody ever does anything to them.
Yeah.
And that just gives them permission to do it again and again and again until you don't trust nothing any of them are saying.
Do you think a young generation are waking up to this? Most Americans are? Okay.
Yeah, they're finding out they've been lied to.
Good.
They are finding out that movement is going on, that people.
That's good.
That they're asking the questions now.
That's good to hear, man.
And one of the young people I know that was enamored with AOC, I said, hold up a minute. She was a bartender. She wasn't even making 6 figures a year.
That little bitch.
So how in the hay did she go into office? And within 4 years, she's wearing a $30,000 ball gown and driving a Tesla.
Yeah. She doesn't even live in the state she represents.
She doesn't.
No.
She doesn't, man. She wasn't even born there, dude. Like, what the hell?
All right, so guys, let's jump into the chat, okay? Let's jump into the chat, and then we're going to change gears and talk about Bondi Beach. Let's talk about Bondi Beach, immigration, because that's going to be the next segment that we're going to cover. Because while your prime minister is busy talking about how they were briefed about the danger of right-wing violence.
No, shut up, dickhead. My God.
You know,
Patricia,
doing everything they can not to say exactly what the problem is. Okay, when someone does something and you do your very best not to look in the direction of that person, it's clear that you're just trying hard to cope. So, Canary King, says greetings. He's at work, so thank you,
Hey,
Canary King,
Canary.
for taking the time to send us a message. Now he was essentially he was mirroring your statements about Caucasians and the Caucasus Mountains. And you know what? I did not know that. Look, guys, I learn tons from you guys, every week when it comes to stuff I don't know. I refuse to say white people. I refuse to say it. And if you watch my content, I always try to use the word Caucasian, but now even that is tainted. It's like, so what do we do? Okay. Canary King says America is a country, a citizenship, not a race. I
Right.
agree. And
Oh yeah.
We're not a race.
yeah,
You can't put us
yeah,
as a race.
yeah.
And
And
that leaves a
for
lot of people flapping around out there in the wind trying to figure out who they are.
exactly.
Have you seen the video of the American national anthem? The story of it.
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't seen
Oh
that
man,
video.
I've seen it 5 times. 2 weeks ago, it touched my heart. Like most people's reactions to it. It's an incredible
When they
story.
fired on Fort Sumter,
Yeah.
the order was do not let the flag touch the ground.
That's right. So
And they
when you
held
think
that
about that,
flag up with dead bodies
Wow.
during that attack, and the flag never fell.
you know, it brings pride to that flag. You know what I mean? Like it's freedom. It's like I look at America as like being here in Australia and New Zealand, like the big brother of the West. Like he's the one that looks after everybody. You know what I mean? That's how I knew it for 50 years. That's how I see it, and it was the last 10, 20 years was like he's sick. He's been crippled within, and he's on his knees, and it's terrible to see when America's like that on their knees, and because everyone else feels it too, man, everywhere. When Trump won this year, it was incredible, man. Like it was hope for not just you guys, it's us, man. It's not a vote you guys just had. It's power in the hand of changing the world, and I think America needs to really understand that when it's making their votes.
I think a lot of us do realize that what our country does has a domino effect around the world.
It's massive.
And people don't realize that unless they've gone to these other countries and seen what's going on. And I mean, when Trump walked into NATO and said, you guys are going to have to start protecting yourselves and stop depending on us to do it for you.
Yeah.
And everybody was appalled. Oh my gosh. Well, no, it's their country, not ours.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're not sitting in Germany and Poland and in Finland and Sweden and these other countries. We don't want to see them taken over by Russia.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that our soldiers, our people should be on the front line of that.
No. No way.
And to stand up for yourself and we'll be there to back your butt up. You better believe that if something happens, we'll be there. But that's like, I wonder how much Europeans have gotten to distrust what they say to each other about supporting each other against Russia when they told Ukraine, you give up the nuclear weapons to Russia and we'll make sure you're protected from Russia. And then they never did.
Talk.
Yeah. They never
Crazy
did.
Talk.
Obama backed down so much that a big chunk of Ukraine went into the Russians' hands. And then under Biden, an even bigger chunk has been cut off and given over to the Russians.
Yeah.
Damn.
And people acted like Ukraine hasn't got a right to defend themselves. That drives me nuts. When they were given these things about, oh, we can give you this weapon, but you can't attack Russia with it. The hell you can't. War is war. Blow up their
Yeah.
supply lines, by golly, and see how long they last.
That's crazy talk.
Well, let's jump to the next comment. Canary King says, Pennsylvania also has a lot of German influence.
Yes, they do.
She was, yeah. And then he says, America has a lot of ethnicities.
Yes, we do.
A
lot.
The reason why America has succeeded, I have several thoughts on this. Okay, so here's why I think America has succeeded. First, there is one language, English.
Yes.
You don't have 15 or 20 with subdialects. There's one language, you vote with one language, English. And you have one identity, American. But in many third world countries, you have many nationalities or ethnicities in these countries, but they all kind of self-identify as being separate. You know, they vote separately. They have a different identity from a national identity. They don't have a national identity. And that's why you see the craziness, you know, in many third world countries. That's just my take. Do you think I'm right or wrong?
I think you're right.
Definitely
Plus
right.
that, the Constitution, when they did the Bill of Rights, that covered everybody.
Yeah.
It didn't say we're going to give this group special treatment or that group special treatment. It was everybody being treated the same, regardless.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And I can take you to Lexington, Kentucky, and I can show you a synagogue, a Catholic church, a Protestant church, and a mosque, all within 5 miles of each other. And none of them's killing each other over their religious beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all live in the same community. They all work in the same community. And they all go to church in the same community.
Yeah.
And that is the American melting pot. That's when we talk about, if you're going to come here, you assimilate.
Yeah.
You can keep your religion, but you can't force it on everybody else.
Yeah.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of said it well when he was on The View about when he came to America and became a citizen. You're a guest in the house, and you respect it. You take on the culture. You don't complain. You know, it's here. It's freedom. You have a chance to make it. Those kind of moral respects, you know, are missed on these generations that have come here to America and just hated on it and just torn it apart, you know. Those fundamental values need to be reminded of over and over again. When you get that, you know what it's like, man. Like you're in Canada, you don't want to leave there, you know. You get to America, you finally get that stamp, man. Like that's the ultimate freedom. You have freedom. You have freedom to say what you want to say, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you my first, you know, the first few months after moving to Canada back in 2022. I didn't know how much traumatic or how traumatic my time in Nigeria was until I was driving home from a different city with my family, and it was dark, and I didn't see one police officer on the road. In Nigeria, you would you will be stopped. You'll be stopped by several police officers if you were driving home late at night. Let's say it's 9 o'clock or even midnight, and you're driving home. You would see police vans and police pickup trucks, at several intervals. And sometimes they stop you and they try to get a bribe from you.
Truly.
And sometimes if they can't get a bribe from you, they make things very difficult for you.
Sounds like
Truly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And and I was driving late at night, heading home with my family. I didn't see one police van, not one police car stopping to pull me over. And I felt safe. And it felt strange feeling safe. I didn't know how traumatized I was until I came here. Because because it's like when you live under constant pressure, okay? In Nigeria, we don't have constant electricity. Okay, by now the power would have gone out. I would have rushed, out to put on one of my 3 generating sets, power generators. I had 3 of them, and I would rush back to try and reconnect, and the internet maybe wouldn't be working properly. Okay, like you're always on the back foot at every step. There's nothing that you try to do that is easy. We went over to Nova Scotia last Friday. I told you guys that I was taking a drive where we were taking my daughter, who is an American citizen, anchor baby. I will call it what she is. She's an anchor baby, but we just wanted a better life for our kids. My wife says, I want my daughter to be born in the United States. I didn't care. My wife cared. So she went over to the United States to give birth to her. We went over to renew her passport because we're going through our immigration process here and we didn't want her passport expiring in the middle of all that. So we went over to Nova Scotia to do that. And in just a few minutes, the process is done. You go in there, you say, I swear that everything I've put in the form is true. They stamp it and say, okay, the passport will be will be sent to you by email in 4 weeks. Yay. And then in Nigeria, you start the journey at 6 in the morning. You head over to the passport office and you're already at the end of a very long line. You sit under the hot sun, waiting for them to call you in. You fill out a bunch of paperwork. By noon, you get to submit the paperwork. And then by 5 p.m., you might get the chance to go for them to take a picture of your face, which they should already have. But they insist on taking a picture of your face with a special camera that a government contractor was paid millions and millions to set up in different passport offices. And then you're done by, say, 5 o'clock or 6 in the evening.
Come on.
All right. My sister is in the chat. She'll let you know that that's the way it works. We were we were in and out in about 30 minutes.
Damn.
Just to get a pass. So, and this is not on American soil. This is, here in Canada. When I was leaving Nigeria, I got a passport renewal and I made sure I got a 10-year passport because I didn't want to have to set foot in another Nigerian establishment for 10 years. I did that because I knew, because I've heard stories, if you want to go to do a passport renewal here in Canada, better book a hotel. It's going to be a long stay. The same incompetence, the same craziness is imported here. So whenever those of us from third world countries who kind of want things to continue to work well, start seeing some of the insanity that we watch on the news, where you have these people try to make it sound like immigrants shit gold. If they shot gold, why is their country a hellhole? You understand? I see the fake outrage, okay, and I'm like, you guys just shut up. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Man. You don't know what you're asking for. Those of us who came here didn't come because we were bored. We left because it's unsustainable to live in those or under those circumstances. So it's just insane. And I get worked up. I guess you guys can hear that I'm getting worked up just talking about this, because
Well,
there are
you
a
should
bunch of
be
us,
worked up.
you know, yeah,
You
there
should
are a
be
bunch of
worked up,
us who
brother.
know the way things
That's the
should.
problem.
Yeah, there are a bunch of us who know this is the way things should be. But you know what? Nobody gives us the opportunity to do anything because what? They love the corruption. They love the corruption. If things work, it shuts down the corruption. All of that free money that they get from the United States and then they distribute saying that the United States is giving us aid, that money never makes it where it's meant to go.
Sorry,
You know?
mean the Democrats?
Well, Democrats. Like
Well,
it
the reason
never
why
gets
the
worse.
money is sent is because when they send it over there, there's probably some little secret agreement that we're going to send you this money, but you send it back to us.
There's this white
Look.
Karen sitting at a desk. Let's be honest, she's at a little office. She's just handing it out and
Oh, you're talking about the white Karens. You haven't met the black ones yet.
Oh,
The black ones.
Yeah, damn, you got that right, bro.
You know,
I've seen one.
you know.
Her name's Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah. Seen a few around, bro.
All right, let's get back to the chat.
Right.
I'm sure that okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's jump into this story with immigration. Let's talk about this story with immigration. We will start with Bondi Beach. Okay, we're gonna start with Bondi Beach. All right. Let's start with Bondi Beach.
Bro. God damn it.
How
do we round them up, Patricia?
Well,
say what?
How do we round up all the Karens and just boot them off this planet? How do we do that, man?
Oh no, just leave them in place. They're great entertainment.
Well,
oh man, they need a Uzi to the face or something. I swear, they ruin our children and our families.
Senator Kennedy said, "It must really hurt to be that stupid."
Yeah. True that.
All right, so let's listen to the authorities talking about their magical plan to fix gun violence.
All right, sit up straight. Principal's coming.
I'm also here to report that on the 22nd and 23rd of December, the government will call back the New South Wales Parliament to deal with urgent legislation that we believe is required pre-Christmas to keep the community safe and ensure there's unambiguous laws in place when it comes to public safety. Firstly, in relation to firearms legislation in the state, we are proposing a bill which hasn't been finally drafted, but we will share with the opposition as soon as possible to cap the number of firearms, to reclassify straight pull-up and pump-action shotguns, to look at reducing magazine capacity for shotguns, for prohibiting belt-fed mags in those shotguns, and crucially, NCAT as an appeal mechanism once a designation has been made about withdrawing a license from the registered authority.
Definitely not the answer. Definitely not the answer.
I also say, and I also want to say today that I am firmly of the view, having spoken with many community members, not just from the Jewish community, but right across Sydney, that protests right now in Sydney would be incredibly terrible for our community. In fact, they would rip apart our community, particularly protests about international events. I completely understand that there are people concerned about what's happening overseas, and of course they've got every right to be concerned, but my worry is about what's happening in Sydney right now. We'll look at, my concern is that a mass demonstration in this combustible situation with our multicultural community could light a flame that would be impossible to extinguish. So we're looking at reforms whereby when there is a terrorism designation in the state, the police commissioner may not accept applications for protests on the grounds that it will both stretch police resources and secondly, add to community disharmony, and as a result...
So that's another dose of stupid. There's a mass shooting of unarmed civilians, guns that were obtained legally under the current very restrictive gun control laws. You don't investigate how those people slipped cracks even after the son was on a watch list. And your magic solution is to figure out ways to keep people from defending themselves.
This is a time that I would love to walk into that news conference with the table, set it up, and put 100 guns on it and step back. And I would look at him and say, "Be careful. That gun right there is going to kill you." Oh, excuse me. It can't do it until I pick it up, point it at you, and pull the blooming trigger.
You said
So
it.
let's lock it up.
You said it.
Lock it up.
You said it. They're going to have a discussion about
Tony
writing a bill. He sounded like Kamala Harris, just all word salad and just words. And we're going to have a discussion about a bill. Not yet. It's just this is just terrible fucking government. I hate it.
Somebody needs to ask them, how many people do you think the gunman would have killed if somebody on that beach had been armed and able to shoot back?
Yeah.
They had over 200 people on that beach. Not one person was armed.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we talk about the Second Amendment. My wife and I, occasionally, whenever that topic comes up on her feed, she says to me, "I don't understand why people need guns." And I take a look at her and I'm like, you don't understand. The fact that people who hold the guns are people who want to do other people harm, and there's no one else out there who is able to repel them with equal violence is a problem. And the Second Amendment is there to protect your First Amendment rights. And
if me and my family are out and somebody walks up with a firearm and would just point it at somebody, they would probably get hit by 8 different bullets out of 8 different guns at one time.
Yeah, you fuck around, you got to find out. Like, seriously.
I mean, you don't come into South Central Kentucky and do something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you're not going to survive it. You just won't.
Yeah. I had a Facebook, Instagram fight with friends online when Charlie Kirk was shot, and they started mouthing off about gun laws in America and, you know, ban guns and all that kind of shit. It just bothered me. It really bothered me. It really bothered me how dumb my friends were right then.
Well, one thing I can
and ignorant too, you know,
like where I live at,
ignorant.
If I have to depend on the police to protect me, everybody here knows that it can take them 30 minutes to 3 hours to show up.
Yeah.
So you're going to tell somebody who breaks in your home, going to do you harm, can you wait 3 hours? Please just wait 3 hours.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. I said please.
Yeah, I said please. Just please wait 3 hours.
Pathetic, man. America has guns. There's a reason for it. There's history. Go read a fucking book, you dickheads. Why they have guns. It's important. There's hundreds of thousands, millions of people with guns and laws, and they don't fucking hurt each other. It's that plain and simple.
Well, it keeps the Democrats from being authoritarians.
Yeah, that's right. Hell yeah, definitely.
They've been so rude to the military. They know they can't depend on them to set up that type of system because our military just shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, thank the forefathers for writing that one in, right? Well done. God,
They were very, very, very intelligent men who had took a hard
big
look
time.
at where they had come from.
Big time.
Set a country up that would protect the people from that happening here was
Big time.
mind-blowing.
Fairly too, you know what I mean? Like,
they created
unreal.
a lot of countries that hated our guts.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the reason why was because they feared their own countries becoming
free. You're fucking free, man. Like,
yeah.
You
And
know what I
it's
mean? Like,
possible. It is possible for any country to do that. But what makes it so difficult is the citizens in that country being able to take up arms and do that.
Yeah.
Because they ain't got no guns.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you get to say what you have the freedom, freedom to speak, right? You get it. You go to court, and hopefully you get, you have a judicial system that will protect you, even if you committed the crime. You have that right. You have lots more things that other countries don't have. It's an unreal. It's not even a gift. What is that? It's like something special to have, to be a citizen of, man. Like, I feel like Americans some anyway, don't appreciate that enough.
They don't realize
at least the young
what
generation
they have.
anyway.
Yeah, they don't realize what they have.
Yeah, man. They need to recognize.
They've never been in another country that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And those who go to these other countries, like that female basketball player that went to Russia.
Yeah. That's a man, by the way.
Well, she was hollering, "They didn't read me my rights."
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, right.
Fuck off. You smuggled drugs into Russia, you dumbass. Yeah. Like, what did you want? You're not going to get rights. You're not going to get rights, you stupid bitch.
And
anyway.
They think everyone else has the Constitution. They think everyone else has the Bill of Rights.
No, they don't. That's right.
They think the Constitution covers the entire world.
Yeah.
They try to give illegal aliens constitutional rights. And I'm going, no, that isn't their rights. They're from Colombia.
I want us to take a look at this video, okay? Because whenever we talk about things about, hey, there were over 200 people on the beach, and not one person could pull up and do something about the two shooters. All right, here's a video from the beach. Just look at the beach. There are hundreds of people on the beach. Everyone is running. It's a miracle. Just insane. It's a miracle that no one was trampled while this was happening.
That's insane.
And then you have people who don't understand the power of the Second Amendment. It's crazy. I don't own guns. I don't know how to shoot a gun yet. I had a client who runs a gun store, and he wanted me to go take a firearms course, and then so I could help him out at the store, but I was too busy to do that. I would like to be able to do that eventually, because it's important to be self-reliant. It's important to be able to defend yourself. If someone, okay, I say that I feel safe here, but you do need to be able to do a few things for yourself, like defend your family. If someone decides, if someone crazy decides to move into my neighborhood, I should be able to repel them until law enforcement shows up. These are things that people should be able to do for themselves. But no, big government wants you to be dependent on them for everything. Very soon they would want to be responsible for wiping your butt.
I want to piggyback what you just said, if I can.
Yeah.
You know, with these college shootouts, I think we need to reverse engineer that. Like, students should be armed.
Yeah. They
I
should.
don't know. I think so. I think so. And maybe like
No.
with here in Australia, banning guns and making more laws is not the answer. You have to do the opposite, right?
The laws they should be making is against people who
Yeah.
create, who do this
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing, the violent.
yeah.
And if they made that more clearer, that if you go
Yeah.
into a place and shoot it up, we're going to hang you.
Yeah.
We're going to execute
Exactly.
you.
That's right.
You're not going to get to live and be a hero to your fans.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna get belt to
Yeah.
ass, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
there's
life's
rules
going
around
to be
this, right?
totally erased.
Once those consequences are implemented, people become sane. People just magically become sane. All right. There are no mass shootings in the UAE or in Saudi Arabia.
Wonder
No.
why.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
All right. And I don't think it's because there's gun laws. Those guys carry swords around, for crying out loud.
Man,
They
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 got
buy
some
whatever they
balls,
want.
dude.
They own whatever they want. But you don't have mass shootings in those places. Why? Because they have very strict laws about everything.
Consequences, bro.
Okay,
They like their
like when
life.
when you run into the consequences, you wake up. If anybody runs a traffic light, they don't get to own guns. Like once you have that, okay, and people really need to be top-notch citizens, then you begin to weed out the crazies. If you have people who run red lights, you have a traffic ticket, you don't get to keep your guns, or you don't get a gun license or something. Like those are the kinds of things that you put in place. You weed out the crazies. You need law-abiding citizens, responsible people, who are able to own a gun. Make sure it's kept away from kids, and everything will be fine. It's really as simple as that.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
our
And
family,
you know
we
what?
teach our children to shoot guns.
Exactly. Back in the
Not
60s,
every safety measure of them.
I heard that in some states in the US, back in the 50s and 60s, kids would come to high school with their rifles.
Yeah. We
Put
had
it in the corner.
guys drive their trucks to school, and there
Yeah.
was a gun rack in the back window.
That's
and
cool.
Everybody could see it, and it would have anywhere between 1 to 4 rifles in that gun rack at
That's
school.
cool. That's cool.
And there were no
Nobody
mass
was shooting
shootings.
anybody at school.
Exactly.
That's
There were no
right.
mass shootings. So
That's
what
right.
exactly happened?
We
Let's-
were on sentencing people who did gun violence. There was a book written when I was getting ready to start high school called In Cold Blood. And it was about 2 prison inmates who escaped prison, showed up at a farmhouse and killed the entire family, a family of 4. Truman Capote wrote the book. And he went to their execution. They were hung by the neck till dead. And he cried for them. And that's when I seen our system being frayed. That somebody felt sympathy for 2 men who had brutally murdered a mother, a father, and 2 children.
Yeah.
That's suicidal empathy.
And I just, and that book made me sick.
Yeah.
After
That's
that,
right.
the whole thing was just
Go.
sick. And do you know, up to that time of that happening, Americans didn't lock their doors. And I
Wow.
remember my dad installing chain locks on our entry doors.
Mm.
After that happened.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Whoa. I mean, the Sandy Hooks and the Columbines, you think those kids would have taken the guns into those colleges if they shot up their schools, if the kids had guns, or at least the teachers? No,
After the first shot that they let off, they would have been taken down.
That's right. Done.
After the first shot.
Yeah,
And,
boom,
and once that happens in the first school, that a gunman entered that school and ended up dead, it would stop happening.
Yeah,
that's right. Totally. They won't do it again. Like,
it won't ever happen again unless it's a suicidal Islamist.
Yeah,
and they don't care if they end up dead.
Yeah,
but even at that,
a whole new book of worms there.
Yeah, as long as the kids know how to defend themselves, know how to handle themselves, know how to handle guns, the teachers know how to. Even the teachers are sissies. Like we have a bunch of sissies trying to raise boys today. You know. and
you can call them faggots, mate.
You
call them the F word.
And you see a teacher who has never held a gun, and they're all, they're all cowering along with the students. It's embarrassing.
Stop it.
You know, it's embarrassing. Like someone will watch this and get outraged that we're calling them sissies. They are, because back in the 40s and 50s, they would charge towards the chaos and sort that out.
Yeah, done.
You know. So
a race to do it.
Yeah. Let's hop back over to the United States. We've watched Australia, and you've given your take. Maybe
Can I just mention something about Bondi?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, question first to both of you guys. Do you know Bondi?
Do I know Bondi?
Bondi, yeah. Do you know the beach? Have you heard of it before?
No.
No. Okay. No. Okay. Cool. So Sydney, right? You know Sydney. Sydney's one of the biggest cities in Australia. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful city. One of the best things about Sydney, it goes in on a bay, kind of like San Francisco, I guess, like off the ocean. Whereas the other cities like rivers, Brisbane and Melbourne, and with Sydney, they have all these beaches, right? It's incredible. And one of the closest and most famous beaches closest to the city is Bondi. It's a big beach that kind of goes around like it. When you stand there, it wraps around, right? And that area, Bondi, I lived in, it's dear as hell too, man. Like, it's expensive, so people, you got cash there, and it's got hills, beautiful place, right? Beautiful beach, famous, iconic. Yeah, shoot it. Start shooting up there. How about that? It's ridiculous, man. Like, it took 30 minutes for the cops to get there, whereas a fight in a pub, they'll be there in minutes. Like, it doesn't make sense. And it's liberal too. It's a liberal as hell, Sydney. God damn. I guess you get what you vote for, right?
Well, they're going to find out that their liberal attitudes toward guns is what's killing them.
Yeah.
Their liberal attitudes toward guns is what gets people killed.
Well, they don't think so. They think they haven't policed the guns well enough, so they need to double down on taking more guns off the streets.
Take that.
It's the guns' fault.
Take that chunk of metal. Do not be concerned with the person who would pick it up and actually do that. Yeah.
Also, I must say that in Sydney, so if Bondi's here on the east, if you go west, you're going to run into the western suburbs. Like, it's inland, right? So it's kind of like the middle of America, the working class, etc. You'll find Australia's biggest mosque, Muslim mosque. It's called Lakemba. It's huge. I don't mind Muslims, they're good Muslims, but there's Islam problems too, right?
Islamists
So
are
you
a
know
lot
the
different.
kind of context of actually Sydney and what the hell happened down here. Yeah.
Well, they've sent their people out from the Middle East, and they pushed them into Africa and Southwest Asia, the Philippines, and Australia. They've come to America. They're in Canada.
All over Europe.
I don't know if they're in South America yet.
Oh.
The Spanish people down there, being mainly Catholics,
Yeah.
and would not get along well with them.
Hell no. Hell no.
They would not.
No.
But
definitely through Europe.
And when they come, they don't want to become part of the country.
No.
They want to spread what they're bringing with them.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah. It's a mess. Europe is a mess. It's a mess full of them.
The title of this live stream is "The Destruction of the West."
Well,
it is a destruction of the West, man.
One of the things that really shocked me was when I found out that they call Abraham the father of Muslims.
Yeah.
And Abraham was a Jew.
Yep.
So,
and I'm looking at that saying, well, if you're going to call him the father of Islam because of Ishmael, then you better be accepting the fact that the man was a Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got it. You got it.
All right. So let's quickly take a look at Governor J.B. Pritzker. And when
he eats dish pizzas.
When Tom Homan was tapped for the border czar to be the border czar earlier in the year, and he began to talk about what the blue cities and states had been saying about not cooperating with ICE. You know, he called it and said, if you guys don't help us out with your police departments and help us to detain these people, my daughter is back. Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
They're saying hi to you. Say hi.
Hello.
How was it?
She was excited.
She is adorable.
So
she was excited. She was like, Daddy.
So, okay, so let me wrap up the live stream. I'm still talking. Okay, so when I wrap up, you give me the details. Okay. All right. Amazing. Good stuff.
Patricia.
Yes.
I didn't say hello and nice to meet you earlier.
Too.
I did that backwards, didn't I? Oh, wait, delay. Sorry, honey.
It's nice meeting you.
Yeah, it's great to meet you, man.
Now, before we jump into JB Pritzker, okay, I'm wondering, is this something that we can do or maybe every live stream? We have one or both of you do this because we have a chat. So before I bring up this video, we have a chat from my sister.
Okay.
He says she says, I love that all three of you are on live. It's interesting. So
crazy, man.
Yeah.
And thank you.
So she lives in England.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So she can know.
Sorry about that.
Stay safe, sister. Stay safe.
Sorry about that, sister. Damn.
Yeah. So she can only watch the live streams we do in the afternoons, and she's definitely asleep at night.
Hello.
Last night we live streamed. I think we started our live stream at about 6 p.m. No, was it 6:15 p.m. Eastern time last night. We wanted to kind of test. Oh, she's still on. She says hello. Let me put her. She says hello. So we're trying to see if we can have the live streams earlier. But like I was going to ask, is it possible to have both of you on for other live streams based on your availability, and then we can have a well-balanced conversation around this? And then I want to also add that Tony is starting his podcast soon, and when he starts his podcast, I'm going to have him promoting his podcast during the live stream, get him an audience real quick. And then Patricia, honestly, if you don't have a podcast by the end of by
we gotta hold your
March
feet
of
to the
next
fire,
year,
Patricia.
by March of next year, we're going to
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna come to
figure
your house
out a
and
way to
Now that
come
would
over
be
to
interesting
Kentucky.
because
Yeah,
my
like it
birthday
could
is in
be.
March.
Yeah, like it could be a podcast where you're doing your crafts and talking about the news. I mean, it's something like he paints. So Tony does awesome charcoal painting. Tony, let's see your charcoal, your latest project. Just put it on the screen.
I just started this tried this today. My cousin's gone back to New Zealand. She lives in Australia for 20-something years, and she's 2 years older than me. She's not actually my cousin. She's almost like my sister.
Home of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, she's 52, I think it is. Yeah, and she's going back home. She's at stage 4, pancreas cancer. So, I've I'm not sure if you see that. I'm making her hair.
Wow,
Can you see that?
this is amazing. I'm making it full screen. Wow.
So I've used the charcoal from the fire. See these? And I'm just kind of creating. I'm going to do her hair, and I'm going to do God on this side.
Oh wow!
Oh, that is amazing! I can't wait to see it finished.
Yeah. So it's a Māori, our traditional Māori kind of culture. I love her, and hopefully it's the first time I've done it. It comes out all right. I mean, charcoal's fun to play with. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
do a lot of painting and drawing and sketching and stuff, but I have a big problem with doing humans.
Yeah. So both of you, I would love to see your podcasts or promoted here while we're doing this. It's my sister is gushing over your work. She says that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So I would love to have that as something that we can also do while you guys are hanging out with me, because to be honest, I think the best way to do these reactions and news is with people, because sometimes when you're watching the news by yourself, you can feel so alone, because you're like, how is it that other people aren't ripping their hair out about this insanity? You feel that way because you're by yourself, just watching it and you're losing your mind, but you don't know that there are other people out there who are just like you, who feel the same way. All right, so let's collectively rip our hairs out about what JB Pritzker decided to oh my goodness, decided to say in this video.
Oh God. Oh, fuck this guy. Fuck off. Jesus Christ.
Is it just me, or did the audio just die?
Oh, thank God for that.
What? It was working. It's your fault, Tony.
I can narrate for him. I'm fat.
right.
I'm overweight. I got diabetes. I steal your money. I hate this place. And thank you for
All
voting
right.
for me.
I'm going to read out the caption. He says, the governor is urging residents to provoke, verbally abuse, and obstruct federal agents.
Sergeant,
This
say what I
drives
said.
me nuts because anybody who does that stands the risk of being arrested, charged, and put in jail for it. And these
Put in jail.
idiots could care less who gets arrested for it.
No, they think it's their First Amendment right to obstruct the law.
Let's give them bananas,
Oh,
man.
I'm waiting for the incident that they're going after drug dealers and somebody starts shooting at them from the drug cartels, and a bunch of these idiots protesting about arresting them ends up getting shot over it.
oh no. Do you know what they're going to do? They will blame ICE. They
And
will
they
blame
shouldn't have
ICE.
provoked those drug dealers.
Do you remember
Went in
when
there trying
there
to
was
take them away.
Oh no. Do you know when there was a sniper who was shooting at the ICE vehicle in Texas and happened to shoot and kill 2 immigrants who were being deported?
Detained.
And what did they do? They blamed ICE.
Yep.
So like I can't believe that like this is the world we live in today.
It really hurts my brain.
One of the things that drives me crazy at these protests is they start screaming, "Where's the warrant?" Well, if they knew anything at all about immigration law, they would understand that a warrant is not being served on these people, because to arrest somebody with a warrant means you're going to take them to jail, you're going to prosecute them, find them guilty, and lock them up. And that's not what immigration officers do. They go pick the people up, detain them, then put them on a plane back to their country of origin. It's called an order of removal, not a warrant.
Yes, but my feelings.
Immigration judge. So, for God's sake, go to Congress's website, look up immigration law, and read it. Just read it.
I'm hearing a lot of common sense there, Patricia, and Laura. Normal stuff. What about my feelings? Yeah, but fucking feelings. Oh my God! Oh, it's still in my head, man.
Look,
I swear to God, it's hurting me. It's hurting my
I tell
brain.
them, I say, do not look for the law through putting in the terminology of illegal immigrant, because it's not in there. You have to put in illegal alien.
That's it. You got it. Nailed it.
They worked really hard to make sure that they changed that terminology.
Yeah, it keeps people confused.
Yeah.
Well, they're immigrants. No, they're not immigrants. An immigrant comes in legally.
Oh, that is the least stupid thing that they say. You've heard them say that no one is illegal. No human is illegal.
That's because they classified them all as immigrants, according to the Democrats. And those Republicans are sitting over here on the other side going, they're not immigrants. They're illegal aliens.
I think of that when I look at this guy. I totally think of that when I see it. Can you read that? Yeah, that's what I think about when I see that guy. That guy there? That's what I think about right there. Right there, that's what you, mate, you dickhead.
All right,
we're back again.
we're back
Sorry.
again tonight. We're back again tonight. Tony, I hope you can make it because we need to keep this team together. I like the fact that we can sit and talk about this together and have a well-rounded view of their takes. Now, we had Rob Reiner get murdered. Currently, the police are saying that his son, Nick, is
Have been
responsible
given
for his
life
murder
death. Yeah.
and his wife's murder. They were stabbed, and that's a horrible way to go, to be murdered by your own flesh and blood. I guess he's his flesh and blood son, not adopted. So it's horrible that these kinds of things happen. And I don't want to make any commentary about that, but the media has made the entire conversation about President Trump's his comments on what Rob Reiner was to him, because Rob Reiner essentially pushed the Russia hoax with everything he had, all the resources at his disposal, his influence. He pushed it. He declared how much he hated President Trump. Let me just play one video just as a nice reminder of how Rob Reiner was so supportive of the US president. Okay, just give me a second. Let me find this video. Okay, there it is. So this is Rob Reiner's take on President Trump.
You have a complete and utter lying buffoon. I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. He's a fraud. He lies. He cheats people. Everything that comes out of his mouth virtually is a lie. And he's a con man. And if you look at what he's done with his career and how he's tricked people into things, it's abhorrent. I never liked George W. Bush, his policies, but I didn't hate the guy. I hate this man. I've never hated a politician. I can't not hate somebody who bilks innocent people out of money, life savings. And we've seen it. With that Trump University, he took people's money, $35,000, wiped these people out, and is being sued for it. He steals money.
All right, so that was Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner was no fan of President Trump. Yet the press are upset that President Trump essentially said, look, you guys want me to say something nice about Rob Reiner, but I don't think so. Okay.
No.
He didn't like me very much. He hated me. He said it. He pushed the Russia hoax with everything he had and everything he could do. And so let's listen to President Trump's response, because the press tried to get him to walk it back. So here's what he said.
Fuck off.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country. Yeah.
So the ladies of The View
fuck off.
decided oh my goodness, like the hits just keep coming, guys. Like
Sorry.
You watch the news and you're like, why won't these people have the self-consciousness to just keep their mouths shut and stop saying these things that eventually get proven false? So here's Whoopi Goldberg going on a tirade saying how President Trump didn't send out condolences or anything, and so here's, and then she has to retract
our
live
minds
on air.
Around the awfulness of these things, then we can open our hearts to all the people who have had to deal with this. All the women, all of the men, all of the people of color, all the Jews, all the folks who have had to deal with this struggle. I don't understand the man in that White House because he talks so much about Charlie Kirk and caring. And suddenly, this is what he puts out. Have you no shame?
Nope.
No shame at all?
No, nope, none at all.
This is
Zero.
can you get any lower?
Nope, I actually can.
I don't think so. And what do you have to say about what's happened around the world? Where is our voice as Americans? Somebody's got to speak up for us.
Not you.
Our hearts are breaking through all of this. Through Rob, through what's happened at Bondi Beach, what happened at Brown, and you don't find the time to say, as Americans, we hate what's happening. You ain't my president, man.
10 seconds later.
I'm going to make a correction here. As it turns out, yesterday, apparently, you know who put his condolences out to the people who are looking down at us from heaven and the folks at Brown. But this is how he followed it up.
About Rob Reiner.
So they are having a seizure over the fact that President Trump accurately said it was bad that he went the way he did, okay? But he was someone who hated me. He said these things. He had TDS. It affected people who knew him, because he lashed out at people who didn't exactly go hard against Trump like he did. And all of those things were true. So they always bring up Charlie Kirk to say, well, you should be outraged because you guys accused leftists of celebrating when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I'm like,
You did.
what President Trump said and did is nothing compared to the insanity that we saw after Charlie was assassinated. Okay,
President
I have a
Trump
video.
did not state that he was happy Rob Reiner was dead.
Yeah.
That never
didn't.
came out of that man's mouth.
Yeah. He never said it. And I'm going to play this video because people, the people in the press expect us to have amnesia. They want us to forget exactly what happened after Charlie was assassinated. They think that President Trump putting out a statement saying it's sad that he died, but these are the things that he said and did, which were all true. Now, here's a short video of people right after Charlie was confirmed dead. Same within a couple of hours after he was killed. Here's this video.
Breaking news. We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah, ooh.
Oh my god, guys, did you hear? The world's finally started to heal. Charlie Kirk was shot. Ooh.
Charlie's dead. How nice.
Yeah, you won't have a job soon.
He said that
No job for you.
gun deaths are worth it to keep the Second Amendment. Alright. Bet, bitch.
So this is not what Trump did, but they want us to believe that that's what he did. Now, here's The View in 2021 after the death of Rush Limbaugh. These people are hypocrites. They are hypocrites. Now, here's how they talked about the death of Rush Limbaugh. Okay.
He just normalized hatred. He normalized racism. And, I think he really weaponized white male grievance. And he sort of hardened these rural white listeners, people, sitting in their trucks and in the middle of America and in the South and, listening to Rush Limbaugh. This wasn't someone who was a nice person. This is someone that spewed racism and hatred, yet he is now considered, I guess, the most an influential person in building the modern Republican Party and conservatism. To me, that is not something to be proud of.
Many people are mourning the loss of him today, and many are not. And I was not a fan at all of Rush Limbaugh. I think he paved the way for political extremism and pushed baseless claims. He was the beginning of conspiracy theories. He was like the predecessor to the Alex Joneses. A lot of the things we're seeing that we don't like now, he in a sense kind of bastardized the party in a way, because I know there are conservative ideals that Sonny was referencing, and we're, many of us are saying, please speak up and represent those, because I don't like to even think of him as representing Republicans or conservatives. He represents very extreme views. He said a ton of despicable things that we don't even have enough time on one show to cover. This stuff is just, I have a visceral reaction to so many of his words, but the first thing that ran through my head when I saw the news was, now it's Judgment Day. At the end of our lives, it's just us answering for everything we did, who we were, what we said, and how we treated people. And so now, Judgment Day has arrived for Rush Limbaugh.
I'm hoping that his legacy will be the return of the fairness doctrine. The fairness doctrine required that stations on air to air contrasting responsible views on important issues at the threat of losing their license.
I think that Trump actually learned to talk the way Rush talked.
So I'm not gonna just go through that. Like you just feel your brain cells. You just feel your brain cells erasing themselves while you're listening to these people. And you listen to Whoopi Goldberg. Have you no shame? And this is what they did. This is what they went on and on and on and on and on about Rush Limbaugh being, what they felt and how they viscerally hated him. And then President Trump says something that is factual and real. And then they're like, no.
Yeah, there's that Black Karen, bro.
I don't know. Patricia,
I can't stand these women.
It's your country.
I really can't stand these women.
It's your country. So, did you listen to Rush Limbaugh?
I loved Rush Limbaugh. He spoke the truth. He informed people of the honest truth of exactly what was going on. Yet these same women who sat and listened to Obama campaign to become president talk about how he despised this country, and not one reaction out of them over those words. Not one reaction. He was a god. He was here to save us all. And I remember a black student asking me what I thought about him, and I said, well, Obama has a chance to become one of the greatest presidents of America. Let's hope he doesn't blow it. And he blew it. He blew it for money. He blew it for greed. He blew it for communism, for chaos. Yeah. He's the first man that's left the presidency and bought a house in Washington, D.C. Why did he do that? Because he was starting a nonprofit organization that he was going to run. And then I got curious about it when Antifa showed up and went on one of their X chats. Well, it was Twitter at that time. And what did I discover? His nonprofit organization were sending members of Antifa out to meet up and attack Republicans in public.
Whoa.
Wow.
I bet you if Elon Musk ever made that public, a lot of people would be turning around and looking at him saying, what were you doing?
Right.
Why were you getting these kids to act like Hitler's brown shirts and go out in the streets and cause riots and destruction and attack people?
I took the liberty of reading Stupid me. I'm a bookworm. Anyway, so on the White House website, they have the book of presidents in history and their outcomes. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So you can read what happened. I wanted to know. I was curious about Obama's presidency. I know it was shit. So after reading it, it's terrible. The worst ever. Worst ever president. Most wars, broke airs. The America's split. It's gone forever. Like the worst president ever. Barack
And then
Obama.
he affected the Middle East with the Muslim Brotherhood. That
Man, it's bad. He was supposed to
the
bring
Arab
America
Spring?
together.
The
Remember?
Arab Spring, yeah, letting Al Qaeda and ISIS spread throughout the Middle East and into Africa.
Yeah.
Then
Unreal.
he armed Mexican drug cartels with military grade weapons. It was called the Fast and the Furious. And the only reason that was found out was when a border guard was shot and killed. And the autopsy turned up that he was shot with a military United States weapon.
No. Wow.
That the cartel had their hands on.
Fucking Obama.
And I mean, that man did more damage than people ever realized.
Yeah.
And I do have to say that black student did come up to me later and he told me, he said, Obama blew it.
Yeah.
He was
He
totally
did.
disenfranchised with it.
He totally
And
did.
he just, I mean, he wasn't about America. He wasn't about freedom. He was about spreading chaos.
Yeah, his campaign was hope. It's not the blue states or the red states. It's the United States, remember? Yes, we can.
He had the hope that he could destroy America. And one of his comments, he said he could have got a lot more done, except that Constitution kept getting in my way. He actually said that.
Oh my God. Oh, it's hurting my brain.
And people cheered. And people cheered.
I was appalled. I was sitting there going, you did not just say that.
Well, he did.
As the president of the United States, you said the Constitution was in your way?
Idiot.
Just,
Idiot.
I mean, that's a communist.
Yeah, big time.
What's the opposite of America? It's communism.
Yeah.
Communism, man.
It's like black and
so
white,
much to unpack there.
We've got communists over here and America over here, and you cannot have communism in America. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
it just won't work.
You're right.
So they need to get rid of our Constitution in order to install communism.
Yeah.
And
not gonna happen.
No, there's too many of us that took the oath to protect that Constitution
not gonna
with our
happen.
lives. And
You
I
want a war?
guarantee you, not one veteran will tell you they ever took that
You'll
oath.
have a war on your hands if they try to do that. I swear, man. Americans will fight
Kelly,
that away from them.
Mark Kelly it seems to be interested in in taking that oath back. So
he did. Of all people who should have known better, it was him.
Yeah.
It was him.
Yeah.
And I think the Democrats have abandoned him because they will not go up against the military tribunal. They can't. It's out of their hands. There is no court that can come up against the military tribunal. And he stands to lose his retirement, his military record, and even go to Leavenworth if they deem it fit to do so. He could serve up several years in prison.
Whoa, good.
So there's a lot of, that's why he's so scared, because he knows what the outcome can be if they find him guilty in that military tribunal.
Yeah, good.
And God help him if it goes to treason. There's no coming back from that.
Oh God, they need to pull out that treason book and slap every Democrat with it. You know what I'm saying?
I've been saying that for years.
Big time.
All right. Okay, so let's dive into the chat. Okay. We've been going for a while, and guys, I have so enjoyed this episode. As far as I'm concerned, this is, as far as I'm concerned, I want us to do this every live stream. So you guys have an open invitation to be on the live stream every time we're going live. Canary King as well, but Canary King is so busy that he can't make it in the afternoons or at night. He has to do homework with the kids. Yeah, so he's in the chat. So here's his chat. He says in New York we have a little Italy. His chat is on the heels of the conversation we had earlier about the different
Italy and Chinatown, and a Koreatown.
And a Koreatown.
Yeah, in Miami they've got little Cuba.
Yeah, they have all that.
Nancy Pelosi got chased out of there.
How can you afford to live there?
They
How
were
can you
running
afford to live
after
in New
her,
York?
screaming, and people were dragging her down a alley, trying to get her into a building to protect her. And the Cubans there, the American Cubans, were screaming at her. They were furious at her.
Oh boy.
Yeah, don't go into little Cuba and start talking to people about how great socialism is.
No, that will not end well. That won't end well.
No.
All right. He also chimes in and says the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, are the protections under the law.
Yes.
Then when we talked about the mosque, the Catholic Church, the Jewish synagogue, and the mosque within the same vicinity, he posted this: the separation of church and state plays a part in
that is an important
that.
part in the Constitution that people get wrong. People have tried to use it as a weapon to shut down religion in public. That is not what that's about. The separation of church and state was to keep the federal government from dictating the way people worship. That's all it was about. It wasn't about banning religious practices.
Yeah.
It wasn't about keeping you silent in public about your beliefs.
Yeah.
It was about controlling the federal government. Period.
Period. Definitely.
There is a federal court in Washington, D.C. that has a fresco around the upper, next to the ceiling, that portrays Noah. Jesus.
Wow.
It's even got Muhammad on it.
Oh,
Aristotle.
Wow.
And all of these ideologies came together as our Constitution.
That's incredible. They thought about it
They
back
took
then.
the best parts of all of them and put it into the Constitution.
They considered everything almost, you know. You know what I mean?
They were amazing men. I mean, it just floors me, the knowledge they had, and how they put it together to protect the people in this new nation.
Yeah.
One of my favorite philosophers is Voltaire over in France. When I heard that Jefferson was over there as well in Paris and rubbing shoulders with him, I was just went, damn, what? Like he's with geniuses, man. Like, brilliant.
If you ever get the chance, read the Federalist Papers.
Man.
and you get a lot of insight of where they were coming from and what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people didn't know that one of the biggest fights that happened after America became a nation was over abolishing slavery. They actually, they probably got into fistfights in the first Congress over it. And they wanted it abolished. They tried to put it in the Declaration of Independence. They tried to get it into the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And what a lot of people didn't understand was slavery had already existed in America for 145 years.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we became a nation, that's how long
it's
it
a long
had been
time.
here.
It's a long
So
time.
we didn't develop slavery in America. We
That's a long
inherited
time,
it.
man.
Mm.
And
Pretty
it
much
took us
145
something
years
like
of kind of
79 years to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's 145 years of agriculture and
Yeah.
generations of people,
And in the first Congress, I believe it was them that declared it was illegal to import African slaves.
Mm-hmm.
They completely made it illegal, against the law. You can't bring them here. And that's not taught to nobody.
No.
It's not.
What do you hear? You hear reparations. That's why.
And a lot of people don't understand that before the white man got on the shores,
Yeah,
the
but
Native
reparations.
Americans were practicing slavery.
Pay me my money, okay? It's your fault. Fuck off. I don't know you shit.
Yeah,
I don't know
slavery
you
was
shit.
already in America. Slavery was
ridiculous.
here before the Europeans ever came, because the Native Americans practiced it. They took the
insane.
survivors of other tribes and made them slaves.
Fuck off! That's ridiculous.
All right, let's jump over to the next chat. There's more. Canary King says you can't force religion on others. Also, a respect for science, not just feelings. Okay, he's talking about not forcing religion on others, and the fact that we should pay attention to science, established science, not feelings. Okay, totally agreed. All right, let's keep going. Let's see. We have okay, and then finally Canary King says, yeah, he heard about he heard of Bondi Beach or Bondi Beach. I call it Bondi, but I guess it's pronounced Bondi.
Yeah.
So Bondi Beach. So that was a horrible incident, and of course our hearts go out to the families and to those who were affected by it. Okay, so tonight we're going to be back. We're going to be back at 9 p.m. Eastern. I would like to make it earlier, but we're going to have a conversation privately to figure out how early we can make it so that it's manageable for the audience and also for those of us who want to be on the panel. So those of you who are watching, we've been going on and on and on, and it's almost like we ignored you guys. Usually I engage the chat in real time while the stories are being read, but today we've been having so much fun that we just totally ignored you guys. So we apologize.
Patricia's the best, man. Like, cool.
If you happen to still be online and you're watching this, all right, and you enjoy this exchange, consider subscribing
You better
to
be,
the channel.
goddammit. Patricia's the best. We demand you like it.
Yeah, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button,
hit the thumbs
hit the
up
bell
for Patricia,
icon.
you bastards.
All right. So Tony is Australian, and that is Australian speak. All right. So
Well, it's hot
like
down
you
there
guys-
right now. They're going into summer.
Yeah, man. Shit. Damn. It is, man. I hate it.
Well,
I hate the heat.
there's
I'll
snow
trade you.
outside.
Oh, yeah?
Like for me right now, there's snow out there, you know, and
Yeah.
and
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's amazing. So we're having three time zones and climates.
How
all
much
all on
below
one.
zero are you all right now?
Ooh. Today, let me see. It's let me check my let's
That's
see
where I'll
what.
be soon.
Oh, it's actually 4 degrees today. It's 4 degrees
Oh,
Celsius.
damn.
Yeah, so a few days ago it was 10 below zero. Then it went to
And
13
it's
below zero.
54 here.
54.
Yeah. But the other
Wow.
night it was 9.
Wow.
Yeah, it got cold.
Yeah. So Tara says nice. So tonight we're going to be back. We're going to talk. We're supposed to have a phone call to either today or tomorrow to agree on the best time to actually do the live streams. So the four of us are going to get together and have this conversation. We might come in earlier tonight, like I did last night, but we'll talk about it and make a decision. There's tons to learn from looking at the news, having conversations. Eventually, we're going to be able to get a rhythm that covers everything from news, politics, culture, and then tons of history. I
Yeah.
like to look at history. Yeah, I like to look at history. Then on Friday we are going to be expanding on our I'll call it our fringe news topics, where we look at ancient civilizations, aliens. We look at other topics. We are looking at the seedy world of self-help gurus, and that is something that we're also considering diving into. These are things that we would like to talk about, and we want to do it in a way that is interesting, entertaining, and enlightening. So we hope you stick around. We hope to see you tonight during the live stream. So you all have a great rest of your day. Tony and Patricia, please hang around. Don't just leave the platform. We're going to have a bit of a conversation around tonight, see if you guys can make it and what we're going to be doing tonight. So thank you all. And if you're watching after the fact, keep the comments coming. This is possibly one of the longer live streams we've had, and we're going to be doing a ton of this because I believe that this is a very huge part of where the live stream and the content on the channel will be going, where we actually learn how to share these things in community. Don't feel like you're alone by yourself, struggling through the insanity that the world is essentially pushing at us every day. So we're going to be trying to make that possible for you, so that while you're watching us, you feel connected. You can send a comment. We can chat with you. We can share ideas with you, and also be able to pull you in on a call in, because we still have the call in feature active. But we're going to be pulling you in if you want to talk with us on the show. All right. Thank you for watching. And we'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, tentatively. But if you see us go live before then you figure out that we have decided to switch the time. We have a reaction in the chat. Tara says, thank you all. This was a very interesting live stream. Okay, so we have
You're welcome.
5-star ratings. Somebody thinks that we did great today, Patricia.
Thumbs up, people. That little bit.
Like the video, like the video. And you know what? There's also something else you can do while the live stream is going on. Use the emojis, use the heart buttons, use the 100% buttons. Just send signals to YouTube that something great is happening. The channel,
Yeah,
I would
let's
like to
mess with
say,
our algorithms.
yeah, I would like to say that it feels like the channel is being suppressed. And over the last few days, it appears like that's the case. Okay, where we're streaming on 2 YouTube channels, and as we speak right now, the backup channel has had 0 views. 0. So that is confirmation, proof positive that the channel is being suppressed. Why? I intentionally put an outrageous topic titled "The Destruction of the West."
Oh.
I did that, and it seems like YouTube didn't like it very much.
Of course they didn't.
You know, YouTube didn't like it very much, and they decided that they would put us in a little bottle and ship us off to the middle of the Atlantic where no one would know we exist. So we're going to keep going, and we're going to continue providing you with great entertainment. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and we're going to continue doing this. Hopefully tonight we can have the same energies and talk about other insane things that we're seeing in our newsfeed. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And until tonight, God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Welcome to Headlines and History, live news reactions and your views. We're about to go live soon, so grab your spot and get ready for a sharp, balanced take on today's biggest news stories with a dash of historical insight. Stay tuned. Each week, we tackle the headlines that matter: politics, economics, global events with a balanced lens. We'll react live, tie today's stories to historical moments, and spotlight your views in the chat. From trade talks echoing the 1990s to crises recalling 2008, we're here to unpack it all. Your voice drives the show. Share your thoughts or historical parallels in the live chat, and we'll dive into the best ones. It's news, context, and community all in 1 hour. We're moments away from launching Headlines and History. Stick around for live reactions, historical nuggets, and your chance to chime in. Hit the notification bell, prep your comments, and let's make sense of the news together. See you.